returning viewers. Welcome to my channel, Rose Red Diamonds and Crafts. I'm Angelica, and I am going to show you everything that I have worked on in January 2024 and what my plans are for February. First off, I do have I have a 3-year-old and he is in the room playing, so hopefully he doesn't get too loud. Distractingly loud. Second, this is my second time filming this video today. I tried to record earlier while he was napping, and unfortunately, even though I recorded the entire video, the sun kept hiding behind the clouds, and it for the entire last half hour of the video. So hopefully this runs more smoothly, and hopefully this time it runs more smoothly and I can get through it faster this time. So maybe it won't be over an hour long. So first off, let me say that last year was a very cross-stitch heavy year. Cross-stitch is not my only hobby or interest. I also diamond paint, examples. These are all diamond paintings. I do diamond paint, and I also game, primarily on the PlayStation. But I also have a Switch, and I don't have a PC anymore. But primarily PlayStation. So I didn't want, my goal for this year was not to be cross-stitch. I wanted a little bit more equal time on all my interests. I have other hobbies also, but those are the main ones. So last year, I'm pretty sure that I had averaged 9,000 stitches a month throughout the year. And that's not saying that I did 9,000 every month. That was just the average. So because of that, I try to give myself the goal of 5,000 stitches a month. And I've already exceeded that. So for the month of January, I stitched 16,088 stitches. I met all my goals all my mini goals that I made for myself, and I'll show you. But like I still don't want cross-stitching to be my primary hobby this year, but I do know, I do realize that because of my 3-year-old and his needs and my family's needs, that cross-stitching is a lot easier to reach for when I have a moment than it is for diamond painting. I used to have a designated spot for my diamond painting. I do not right now, so every time I want to, I have to set up the table and everything each time. And so when you only have 30 minutes to yourself to do something, and it takes almost that time just to set everything up for the diamond painting, because you have to plug in the light pad, and the overhead light, and the folding table, and it's just it's more of a hassle. So it's easy to just grab a project bag and get to stitching. So let's talk what I did in January. So the first thing I picked up in January was Year of the Dragon by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and I did this on 14 count, and it took me 3 days to complete. However, I did forget the back stitching initially. So on his belly, the bridge of his nose, and there's some back stitching around his eyes in black. I had forgot the back stitching, and I did that yesterday on February 1st. I'm filming this on Friday night, February the 2nd. Yeah, so it is Friday night. So I did that yesterday. I did finish that yesterday because I'm going to trim this down some more and then attach it to some. I'm gonna FFO it on some felt and probably a piece of cardboard or something, just to have it on display on the shelf in the living room. That's the plan for that. So that was 2,341 stitches. The next thing I picked up, or my next goal, is a stamped cross stitch from, it's a stamped cross stitch. It's Stained Glass Dragon. It doesn't have an official name. That's just that's how I named it. So this is what it looks like. Okay, it's a 190 by 190. It's 11 count, and I use 3 strands. That's what it's called for, or that's what it calls for. It's 3 strands. So my goal for this project is to have it done before the year's over, because it's a dragon, and I want it, so I'd like it done for this year, Year of the Dragon. To have this completed before the year's over, I need to complete 3,000, or my goal is to do 3,000 stitches a month. 3,000 stitches is, this is 1, 2 rows, right? There's 10, 20, 30, etc. So I need to complete 2 rows up to, oh, I'm backwards. This is the front. So 2 rows up to where it says 50, 150. So if I can complete this block, that's all I have to do each month to be able to complete this before the year's over. Obviously, some months I'm going to hit that goal, and some months I'm not. So if I could do extra, if I could do a full line of it, then that's better. I also, you can see, I did go underneath, just dip underneath there in the center. Looks like I just did it in the center here. I did dip down because I had some thread that I just felt like continuing. So the goal is 3,000 stitches, but I actually got at least, not counting those not counting this, I got 3,800 stitches in. That's just the whole 190 by 20, right? Okay, next, okay, so little break first. So this year, or I should say last year, so in December, HAED, Heaven and Earth Design, gave us a couple of weeks, less than a month. They announced they were going to be doing a sale this year, and I did jump in right away, like right after they posted it. I think I literally did it within a half hour of them announcing it. HAED announced they were doing a sale. If you don't know about the sale, again, we only had a couple of weeks to jump in and to participate. They gave us 10 options, or 10 charts to choose from. If you can complete if you can complete 4 pages by the end of the year, you could earn all 10 page or all 10 charts, because you pick one. So you could earn all 10 if you can complete 4 pages before the year's up. And if you could complete the entire chart, you not only get those 10 charts for free, but you could also get 2 free charts off the website. Anything you want, even the they said even the Kincaids and Precious, the ones that never go on sale, right? Any chart you could get any 2 charts for free. I had just recently in November had dropped my wish list from 2 pages down to like 2 charts, because I know that I realized after buying like half a dozen HAEDs that that it was going to be too expensive to continue, or to it was going to be too expensive to get everything I want up. So so I jumped on and I chose to do the Merry Mushroom 2, which is a cropped image of Merry Mushroom Picnic Village by Aimee Stewart. So I find it amusing that my first HAED, because this is my first time ever doing a HAED, that my first HAED is an Aimee Stewart, considering she's one of the most popular. I feel like she's one of the most popular artists on HAED, and I don't have any of her shelves in my wish list. None of her shelves are in my wish list, except, well, okay, scratch that. The storybook or fairy tale one, that one keeps getting put in my wish list and then taken out and then put back in and taken out. So that one I kind of go back and forth on because it's so huge and I know I'll never get to it, but there's certain parts that I really love and I can't, and if I do end up deciding to stitch on it, I'm going to want to do the whole thing and not just certain parts. So yeah, that keeps going back and forth. If I finish this HAED Sal, that won't be one of the ones I choose. So the HAED Sal started on the 1st of January, and they break up the pattern to give you part of it every 3 months, and with October being the last month that they give you the full chart. So we have 3 pages right now. We have until April. I was really eager to start. That's why I rushed through the mini dragon and forgot to do the back stitching. But then our whole house got sick, and it took like 2 weeks away from stitching time. So I did finally pick up my HAED Sal on the 20th of January. And this is as far as I got. I am doing this on 20 count, tent 2/1. And I'm pretty sure 2/1 tent on 20 is not very popular. I did get some people commenting that it wasn't going to be full enough, but I think it's fine. If you zoom, if you look close enough, sure you could see, well, you can't see very well, but I could, if I look close enough, I could see the fabric, but it's full enough for my taste. And after it soaks to get rid of the grid, I'm sure that floss will fluff up anyways. So I think it's fine. And in fact, I don't think I'd be able to do anything thicker than 2 strands of tent anyways, for what I'm used to. what am I looking for? So for this, okay, so I put in 6,054 tent stitches. Moving forward, the tent stitches will be, when I say tent, I did 6,000 tent stitches, yeah. That is going to be straight 6,000 in the way I count this year. Last year, because of the way my stitching group is, 6,000 only equals 3,000 points, or yeah, not points. They consider tent stitches a half stitch, so I have to words. I have to do math when I'm dealing with my stitchy group, but moving forward, when I did my 2023 totals, anything that I did as a half stitch or back stitch, I can't counted that as half. So in my year-end totals. So this year I won't be doing that. Half stitch is still it's still the same grid. So I hope you understand. I'm explaining that over explaining that. So the next thing is no time like the present, which is Modern Folk Embroidery's 2024 Sal. I seen this on Bendy Stitchy's Flosstube back in December, and I knew that I had to get it. I'm doing this in a 336 blue and a 320 green. I picked this up on January 5th, or started working on it on January 5th, and let me show you. Okay, so I did the 90% of this border. I did it all the blue down the side, but I didn't do the green yet. Okay, and then starting on this side, I worked my way over and got to this blue, or got through the blue, so I stopped. So this green all the way over to the end, to this green, I did at the end of the month. Now, first off, because this is a SAL, I wasn't sure how they were going to do this, because you could buy it in December. I thought it was a pre-order, but as soon as I purchased it, they immediately let you download the pattern. And so that was a first for me. I haven't done any SALs that were like that, but one of the files has the pattern split up into sections like this. I know I just folded that up. So where this entire thing that I've done is January. So they have it, they have it broken up into strips like that. So this is the entirety of January's goal, basically. So I did this at the beginning of the month before I got sick, and then after getting some good progress on that, on the HAED SAL, and reaching my monthly goal for that, I decided to see if I could finish this strip off before February. So I picked it up on the 30th, January 30th, evening. So I only had like 24 hours. I put it in the frame, in my frame, and like I said, I had just done the blue, and for some reason I put more blue on my needle, and all of this up until all this green, I should say, all this green up until this little flower, and then I that's was 830 stitches, and then I realized that I had to frog it because it was supposed to be green. So I had spent all night doing that. So on the 31st, I had to frog out all of this 830 stitches of blue floss. And then I just tried to grind out on the 31st to finish that off. I was so frustrated that I just didn't want to stop until this was done, which is why I didn't record my this Flosstube on the 31st like I had intended, because I just wanted to get this done. I was frustrated with myself for messing up that badly and not realizing it until I had moved the pattern keeper pattern over and I could see both colors, and then I knew this green was the green, and that's when it clicked. I'm like, wait, this is supposed to be the same color as this, and then I realized I messed up. So yeah, so I worked on this and I finished it technically on the 1st of February because it was 5 o'clock in the morning. So like I said, I met all my stitching goals, even though my stitching goals exceed my monthly stitching goal. I have big plans, but I also want to rein it in. So I have a lot of plans for February. Like I said, today is the 2nd. It's Friday the 2nd. And so I probably won't have this up until either late tonight or early tomorrow. But I'm going to do I'm either going to diamond paint this weekend, because I still have I started a diamond painting back during Thanksgiving, and then I never touched it in December. It was supposed to be my Christmas wintertime whip. I had started the Randall Spangler Winter House, No Place Like Home or something like that. It's the Winter House from Randall Spangler. I had gotten halfway done with it, and then I put it away. And then after getting sick, instead of cross stitching, I did try to force myself to diamond paint. It's a little bit less. It uses a little bit less mental energy to diamond paint, because you don't have. It's like stamped or cross stitching with the stamped kit. More than I don't have to, so I don't have to count. Anyways, I'm not done with it, and I've always been a monogamous diamond painter, and I had really hoped to start Queen of Wands for my birthday, which is on Tuesday. By the way, February is my birthday month, and even though I say it's my birthday month, it only feels like my birthday month up until Valentine's Day, and then I'm kind of like, it's just February by that point. But I want to start Queen of Wands for my birthday. That's a diamond painting. But I also want to start Lost Soul from HAED. I have it all kit up. Well, technically it's not, because the floss has not been organized. Maybe I'll just pull as I go. I have been moving. I am using. I started using floss bags this year. So Lost Soul by Selena Fennett. This is not something that's going to be done anytime soon. This is my this will be my main bat moving forward. And this will be my first time using 25 count. And it is a story keep. It's the story keep version of it. Now I pulled that out because I want to show you this bag, which I showed during my whip parade, but look at how freaking amazing this bag is, especially for this pattern. I just think it's great. And then here is, can you read it? No, you're going to be blurry. It's Lammy's. Lammy's Needle. Lammy's Needle Works is where I got this bag from. And it is gorgeous. This and the bag that I have my HAED sal in. This one, were both from, I bought them at the same time. Is my first time ever purchasing from Etsy, or project bags in general. I've never bought any before. This came with a little lamb. It's reversible. A little lamb chain dangle thingy. So yeah, this is my cross stitch birthday start that I want to do. February also is February, which is Mislaid Pages event, and I got the chart for that. I mean, Spring's Promise. I'm starting Spring's Promise, which is from last year's February bird box. And I purchased that along with this fabric, which was one of the fabrics from the box. I wanted the one that was a little bit, had more green in it, but this one's nice too. Actually, it has green in it. It does have green in it. The way it was folded up, the green doesn't really stand out. So I didn't realize it actually does have a splash of green. But I would have liked a little bit more green modeling in mine. It's fine. So this is charted with Dinky Dyes, and then also has a DMC conversion. So I pulled from my stash, unlabeled stash, and got the colors as best as I could, or how I felt looked good. So colors I liked. The only one that the only concern I had, now that I put that away, let me pull it back out. So the swans, the main body of the swans, is like a white and gray variegated. I wasn't sure how to best represent that. And the color that they recommend, DMC, is a mint. So this is coming out a little bit more green, I think, than because of the lighting. I don't know. This was the closest color I could find. So I'm going to do some test stitches with this to see how it looks. I also grabbed just some white that I thought maybe I could try stranding them together, right? One strand of each, because I'm going to do this with two strands. So maybe if I can't think of what the term is, but maybe if I stitch them together, it'll give it a nice variegation. This is it says it's a 32 count Lugana, and I am very nervous because these holes look very tiny. But anyways, this is a plan this month. I don't know how much I'll get done of it. I don't know if I will knock it out in a couple days because it's not very large and it's just less than 3,000 stitches. So I can, it's possible that I could knock this out in a weekend, but it's also possible that I put a couple hundred stitches in and then move on to something else. So a couple more things I'm going to show you. Oh, I thought. Okay. So something I wasn't intending on working on this month, but something I wasn't intending on working on this month was Witchy Stitcher's Patreon. Their January Patreon, they added sorry, my child is playing with the box. So the January Patreon for Witchy Stitcher, they released Mon Cher Cara Mia, and this is also less than 3,000 stitches, so I could also whip this up real quick or whatnot. And then I dyed this fabric. It was a scrap piece of fabric, so it is double the size, but I only need half of this. Yeah, that is a plan to do that this month. What I thought when I was making plans for the year, back in December, this next whip or this next project I thought was going to be my birthday start. Okay, so this is what I initially had thought was going to be my birthday start. It is Well Suited by Ink Circles, and I dyed this fabric for it. I don't know which side is which right now, because one side is always a little bit more saturated than the other. So I dyed this fabric for it. And all these fabrics that I dyed, they're 18 count. I only use 18 count. I am an 18 count stitcher, except for these new whips for this year. The Spring's Promise that I just showed you, that's going to be on the Ghana. I've never used that. Or maybe it's just because it's 32 count and it's super small. It looks like linen. To me, it looks like linen. The HAED Sal, the three projects that I bought the fabric from 123 Stitch, the gridded stuff. Those, well, I guess the MFE Sal, that is 18 count. It's just the HAED and the Lost Soul. Those are 20 and 25 count. So, anyways, I did purchase the recommended floss for it, except for I had to substitute the red with this. Ooh, that looks bright under this light. It is more muted than that. This is Bleeding Heart by Threadworks, which I had never heard of Threadworks before, and I am in love. I love their colors. I want all the Threadworks, just FYI. So, and then this one I put in my Batman. All right, and the last I'm going to show you, because okay, so so these two that I dyed the fabric to, last night. I dyed the fabric last night and kit this up. While I was doing that, I also kit up another one, but I will not be touching this in February. This is for the future, but it is Disney Villains by L. Cross Stitch from Etsy. This is a group sow with my Stitchy group. It is just something, and my goal is just to have this done before the year's up. And I did dye this fabric, and it's green. It's a green and purple. It is a green and purple 18 count. And I made some cardstock. Floss cards for that. And yeah, my goal is just to get this done before the year is up. It is not my go-to style. It's just a sal that I'm doing with my group, and yeah, I'll do it for the points and because I spent the money to buy the chart. But I don't know how much time I'll actually put on it or if I'll finish it. It says it's 10,000 stitches, or just over 10,000 stitches. Okay, so the last thing I want to just talk with you guys about before I let you go is that I have been watching a lot of Flosstube recently. I go through phases where I watch a lot of Flosstube or I don't watch any at all. One of the reasons why I go through those phases is because I am easily enabled, and if I am cross-stitching and I watch diamond painting videos, then I want to diamond paint. If I am diamond painting and I'm watching gaming videos, then I want to game. So because I got a lot of stitching done this month, I was watching a lot of Flosstube creators that I already follow, and then new creators that I just subscribed to this month. So two things. One, I've decided that I'm going to change some things that I do for my channel, how I choose what I'm going to work on. I'm going to make some changes. I'm not going to get too much into that, but I am going to be making some changes of how I decide what I'm going to work on. I have been mostly going based off of, I've mostly been going off of what my Stitchy group, the prompts for my stitching group, that mix with what I want to work on. I've been kind of going back and forth for that, but I am going to be making some changes because there's things that other creators do that I enjoy watching and I want to do them also. So there will be changes. I just don't know if it'll be really fast and I'll be doing it next month for March, or if I'm going to wait till the end of the year and just start it next year. So I don't know. We'll see. Also, so this is just a random add-in kind of thing. Is I started making a wish list because there are some designers. I'm kind of already had a wish list in my files for myself, not for other people. This is just things that I want to keep an eye out for. Things like Autumn Lane Stitchery. I love Autumn Lane Stitchery, but I haven't found a pattern that I haven't purchased any patterns from them. I haven't decided on one that I'm absolutely in love with and I have to have. I almost got that goddess, the goddess of the earth or whatever, the one that they just did, the earth or the forest. I almost did that one. but I didn't pull the trigger on that. But at some point I gotta get I want to stitch on an Autumn Lane Stitchery. Same concept is Barbara Anna. I really want to do a Barbara Anna, preferably one of the Dreaming Girls ones, but I do have a couple of freebie ones in my files, but I do want to do a Barbara Anna soon or in the near future. Another, I didn't write down what shop it is, but you guys should know, is A Year in the Woods, the Year in the Woods Sal. I think it's probably Cottage Garden, but I love that entire series, and I cannot choose just one chart, so I feel like I need to collect them all. I don't think that's a chart that you could get a PDF of. If so, please leave a comment and let me know where I could get PDFs of those, just so I could save it, bookmark it for later. But I love the entire series, and at some point it is on my bucket list. I'm saying wish list, but I mean my bucket list. This is my bucket list. A Year in the Woods Sal. I love the whole series. I'd love to stitch the entire series. Okay. I also would like to find myself a Mirabilia or other pretty lady that I want to do. So a couple times a year, I'll go through and I'll search all the pretty lady Mirabilias, Nor Corbett. There's somebody else. I can't think of who it is. But I'm pretty sure there's like 3 designers that I know of. But anyways, I'll go through the designs and pick which one speaks to me the most. The problem is that the ones that I like the most, other people are already stitching on. And for some reason, if other people are stitching on something, either I feel like I'm copying them, so I don't want to do it. I don't want to copy everybody. I don't want to feel like I'm copying somebody by doing the same pattern as them. But at the same time, if we were doing like a Sal and we were stitching it together, for some reason that's fine. Like, I love to stitch on the same thing as somebody else. But I don't know. That's just the way my brain works. So at some point, it is my bucket list to find and fall in love with a pretty lady Mirabilia or somebody that I got to start. Next, Benny Stitchy was talking Quirky Quakers, and I looked into them a year or 2 ago, and I wasn't in love with any of the Quirky Quakers. They had an owl. I thought the owl was cute. I love owls. But it was only like a couple that I liked, and so I just pushed it off. But there are so many Quirky Quakers now, and she had showed the turtle, and then which one did she just finish? A crab? Would she just do a crab or something? And it was so cute. I don't usually like crabs, but like, I wouldn't think to do it, but it looked so nice to where I looked up the Quirky Quakers. I have it the shop bookmarked now. So but I think I think she enabled me to throw Quirky Quakers on a bucket list. And then the last enabler was Becky's Madness for Crafting. She's doing all these gnomes, and I'm not a gnome person, but she inspired me to do all the gnomes. So I looked on Etsy, and I found a shop that has my style, and I just saved everything to my favorites. I favorited everything that I'm interested in, so I may have. I'm considering at the end of this year purchasing like 12 patterns and then starting a gnome a month. Thought. That's just a thought. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know, because there are this shop has so many cute gnome designs that I don't know. I don't know. I will see. That is, like I said, if this is bucket list stuff, I'll think about it later. But that's just where my mind is at. So many enablers. But that's everything for now, I believe. And hopefully I didn't forget anything important, because I will forget about it by the next time I check in with you guys. So I'm going to go, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay? Until next time, bye.